What are the dangers of hypertension? Hypertension can cause damage to a number of different organs in the body. There are 4 major organs that are known as target organs for hypertension, where the damage is most commonly seen. That's the central nervous system, the brain and the spinal cord, the heart, the eyes, and the kidneys. When we see damage, and the risk of damage from hypertension will vary depending on a number of different factors, including how high the blood pressure is, how long that high blood pressure has been present, how variable the blood pressure is, and also between individual cats. But high blood pressure is a significant cause of disease and is a major welfare issue in older cats. The risk of damage to those target organs can be classified according to the level of hypertension that we see. So if the systolic blood pressure is persistently between, say, 150 and 159 millimeters of mercury, there is a mild risk that there could be target organ damage. If the blood pressure is persistently higher than that, say 160 to 179 millimeters of mercury, then probably the risk of target organ damage is moderate. But if blood pressure goes above 180 millimeters of mercury, that is when there is really quite a high risk that those target organs become damaged by the hypertension. Those individual target organs can be damaged by high blood pressure in different ways. For the central nervous system, the brain and the spinal cord, perhaps one of the most common results of hypertension is spontaneous bleeding into the brain or the spinal cord, resulting in neurological damage. That may be a less common consequence of hypertension, but other organs may be affected more commonly. The heart, for example. If the heart is constantly having to pump against a higher pressure within the blood vessels, that means the heart has to work much harder. Because it has to work harder, contract harder, the muscle becomes thickened. We get what's called hypertrophy of the cardiac muscle, so we can get damage to the heart. The eyes are one of the most obvious organs to be damaged by hypertension. The results of hypertension can be seen much more clearly with ocular changes. We may get bleeding into the anterior chamber of the eye. That's the front part of the eye that we can see. We may be able to see blood leaking into the anterior chamber. We may be able to see a blood clot forming there. If we look at the back of the eye, the retina, using an ophthalmoscope, we may be able to see changes to the blood vessels. We may be able to see bleeding again in the back of the eye. And sometimes cats will develop retinal detachment, where the retina simply detaches from the back of the eye and they develop sudden onset blindness as a result of the high blood pressure. The other organ to be damaged with hypertension is the kidney. And we think that high blood pressure may be a cause of kidney damage. And also, if there is pre-existing kidney disease, if kidney damage has already occurred, if that cat develops high blood pressure, it may exacerbate, it may worsen the kidney damage that's present. Part of the relationship here is that a high blood pressure causes an increased leakage of protein into the urine, and that protein probably contributes to damage of the kidneys.